and welcome to another Let's Play Pokemon TCG Online. I'm Daniel, one of the hosts on the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, found right here on YouTube, as well as iTunes every single week. We're going to go with some more Gengar matches and into the expanded format since we cannot play anything else due to the Rock Guard. But I love Rock Guard and the Chandelier combo, so we're going to keep on doing that as long as possible and having fun with the deck. So we got a little bit further last time you watched the Let's Play and made our way up the versus rewards ladder. First opponent today is Vicari, who uses Steel, Electric, Fighting type, and Grass types. Looks like they've got a Jolteon deck box, which is really awesome. Jolteon has become very playable straight out of the Generation set. We're going to go with Tails, and we win that coin flip, so we will go first. I do want to thank all the Brokettes for tuning in and checking it out. If you're coming over from the podcast, hope you enjoyed the Let's Play. Hopefully we'll have some fun here and win some matches with Gengar, EX, and Chandelier. We're already starting off with 2 Chandeliers and a Gengar. We've got 2 energies, no supporters, but hopefully we'll draw that with this beginning of the churn. And we do. They start off with a Shaman EX. Man, I've been there before. When I used to have Shaman in our mill deck, that was the worst because you don't want to start off with a Shaman. You want to play it from your hand so you can play some EXs. So we're going to save the Dimension Valley for next turn. Looks like we already fed our Gengar, so we're going to end there. And let's see what they're able to draw up. If they can get that Shaman back, maybe using an AZ. We're going to go ahead and go with Trainer's Mail and try to get some supporters. They go with the Ultra Ball, so now they can actually get some Pokemon on their bench. And in reality, they can just attach a double colorless energy and bring back the Shaman using Shaman's attack of Sky Return. It does 30 damage base. Return this card and all cards attached to it to your hand. So any damage got on it, no problem. It'll go right back to your hand. And you can essentially keep using it in that way if it ever finds its way into the active spot with setup. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. So there's 2 more Trainer Mails. I got the confused with Hoopa earlier. Sorry about that. Shaman, yeah, you want to play as many cards as possible, then drop it on your bench. There's another Trainer's Mail, and that's the Secret Rare version with the gold border on it. I think that's the one we use also. Maybe I'm thinking of Versus Secret. We've also got an Energy Retrieval that's Secret Rare. And it looks like they're playing Battle Compressor, bringing down their deck to 38. They're going to use another Trainer's Mail, it looks like. And they're going to pull a Float Stone, which does give Shaman a free retreat cost, or whichever Pokemon they decide to attach it to. And there's the Ultra Ball. They're going to discard 2 cards from their hand and find a Pokemon in their deck. So let's take a look at what they discarded. They've got Professor Sycamore they got rid of. We've also got an Execute, which, with the ability Propagation, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put this Pokemon into your hand. So you can discard it, no problem. You can use it with Ultra Ball. And it looks like they discarded a Lightning Energy as well. So there's the Propagation we were just talking about. They just got the Execute right back into their hand. And they can use another Ultra Ball, and one of those Pokemon can be Execute. So they really don't suffer that much as far as when they're discarding. And the other one that they got rid of too is the Ancient Power Archeops. All that explaining, and they ended up conceding the match. So they might have had their whatever they were looking for prized, and maybe that's why they ended up conceding the match. But we did get a tournament ticket out of it, and a little bit higher on the versus rewards. So let's jump into another match here as we continue, and hopefully, so far we're on a 3-game streak if we count last time's. Next opponent is Chaos Lugia, who uses Dragon and Colorless types. They're going to go ahead and call the coin flip, and it looks like we lost the coin flip, so they're going to go first. Shuffle our deck, we draw up 7, no basics, so they're going to get the option of choosing an extra card. So there it is, let's shuffle right back. And we do get a little Litwick out of that one. No Gengar, unfortunately. So not the strongest start. This might be our first. We might start off with a loss here today. Let's go, and looks like we've got a Hydreigon with the ability Dragon Road. Dragon Road. If there's any stadium card in play, the retreat cost of your Dragon Pokemon in play is 2 colorless less. Shred Attack does 80 base. This attack isn't damaged by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. They end up getting a Tails on a Hypnotoxic Laser, which of course you can use here in expanded format, so that's one of the downsides to playing in expanded. And they've got a Skyla. We're not asleep, but we are poisoned thanks to the Hypnotoxic. There's the Pokemon Fan Club. which they can use next turn to really fill up their bench. What else do they have here? They've got a Latias EX, which is still loading. And they've got the Professor's Lighter that they're going to use. That's that Psychic energy card from Generations that I really want to get. So, as I said, we are poisoned, and it's our turn. Might be a very quick match. Let's go ahead and get a Professor's Letter, get some energy cards on our hand. And before we feed Little Litwick, we're going to go ahead and try to drop a Gengar. Let's see what we get with the Tyranno. No help there. So let's go ahead and attach the Lucky Helmet onto Little Litwick. We will... What's that give him? H Stage 1 has 30 more HP. We're going to save our Stadium card for now. We're going to attach a Special Energy onto Little Litwick. And I guess just attack and see if we can survive a turn. So we do get a Tails. Does 10 damage to the Hydreigon EX. We take another 10 from the Poisoning. We're up to 20. And it's their turn. There's the Double Dragon Energy and the knockout with Shred. No Gengar there, so it wouldn't have worked out either way. First defeat, Broquettes. Alright. But since we are playing in ranked, I guess it is going to match us up with players that are winning a little bit more often. So we're going to get more and more challenging opponents if we continue to win. So next opponent here, we've got Dave Shadow, who uses Steel and colorless types. Steel does have resistance to Psychic, so let's see how that plays out in this match. We won the coin flip, so we will go first. And it looks like, once again, we do mulligan. So they will get an extra card out of that. Shuffle up, get another 7. And another mulligan. So they get another card if they'd like. Shuffle that up real well this time, and we do get a Gengar. We've got an Evo Soda, we've got a Rare Candy, we've got the Rock Guard, which is pretty helpful. They're going to get the 2 bonus cards I've just got, and there's the Scizor EX. Let's go ahead and feed the Gengar EX we have out there. We'll go ahead and use Tyranno, see what we end up drawing up. There's another Gengar we can put down on the bench, and we will... what do we have here? Steel Wing, their opponent's next turn, any damage since this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 20. They can attack. Let's go ahead and feed a Rock Guard, and we will end our turn. So even if they do attack us, we can at least put 6 damage counters on the Scizor EX. So there's a Steel. Looks like that's a special Steel energy. Yeah. Let's take a look at that real quick. Always forget on that. Shield energy. Any damage done to Steel Pokemon that this card is attached to by an opponent's attack is reduced by 10. So in combination with that first attack that they were talking about, that they were using here, it reduces their attack by 20 with the special energy. That's another 10, so it reduces by 30. And they just got rid of our energy card with the Team Flare Grunt. They're going to go ahead and Versus Seeker that Team Flare Grunt right back, it looks like. They've got the Puzzle of Time. If you played... I don't see that too often. If you played 1 card, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. If you played 2 cards, put 2 cards from the discard pile into your hand. So let's see what they ended up doing. They played the Team Flare and they used the Trainer's Mail. I think that's what that counts as, because then they should have 1 less... No, I guess they did something else. If you played 2 cards, put 2 cards. Maybe they're saying of the same one. You may play 2 Puzzle of Time. So they actually rearranged the top 3 cards in any order they'd like. So there's the Versus Seeker, which they will probably get that Team Flare Grunt right back. There it is. And let's see if they attack with Scizor EX. So we know we're going to lose at least 1 more energy next turn. Let's see, we've got the Reverse Valley. Choose which way this card plays before you play it. The attack of this player's Dark Pokemon do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. And for them, it does give them a boost to Steel types. So let's go ahead and feed the Gengar EX. We're not going to lose that special energy. Instead, we're going to go ahead and try to lose the other one. So we're just going to do a Night Attack onto... Ooh, we could try to knock out the Bronzor, although they might evolve it next turn. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's put it on the Bronzor just to put a little bit of pressure on it. So 30 damage on it. If they don't evolve it next turn, we will be able to knock it out. So there's the Spirit Link for Scizor EX, and they're going to Mega Evolve it into Mega Scizor EX. You may discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon or a Stadium card in play for 120 damage. That can very easily clear the field. They're going to do a Professor Birch, and they're going to shuffle their hand into the deck. They're going to draw 4 cards because of the tails. If it had been a heads, it would have been 7. There's another Steel Energy onto the Mega Scizor EX. They're going to go ahead and play Acro Bike, and they'll discard a Steel Energy and gain a different one. They're going to play another Acro Bike. Really making use of their hand. They're really, there it is. And they got the Metal Lynx Bronzong. So another energy is going to go on to Bronzong this time. And there's the Iron Crusher, 120 damage. Boom! They still take 60 for Mach Guard, but that is a lot of damage on poor Gengar EX. So let's go ahead and start prepping the Gengar EX that we have on the bench. And we will... Let's see, it's got 90. Let's go ahead and do a Night Attack onto the Mega Scizor EX to at least bring it back up to... Okay, now it's got 90. So if they do attack this Gengar EX, they're going to take another 66. That's still not going to be enough to knock out the Scizor EX. This will only work out if we can draw up a Dimension Valley. And it is very possible with the Ace Trainer that I have on hand here. There it goes. Pokemon Center lady. They just healed up. And there's another Iron Crusher. There's the knockout. They're going to get 2 prizes out of that. We're going to put out the other Gengar we have left. We're going to go ahead and draw. Alright, so we will Energy Retrieval and get 2 Psychic cards here, the ones that were discarded. We'll play one of them. Feed the Gengar EX. Let's go ahead and do the Ace Trainer. We shuffle our hand into our deck, and it looks like they will draw less, of course. They're going to draw 3, and we're going to draw 6. So we do get a Chandelure out of that, and 2 Rare Candies again. So that does not help. We're going to save the Versus Seeker, and unfortunately there was no Dimension Valley that time, so we're just going to do a Night Attack for 3 damage counters on the Mega Scizor EX. Brings it up to 120. They still have tons of HP left, though. So there's no way we can do 100 damage in a churn. Let's see if we end up surviving this, or if we end up drawing something that'll help us out here. Iron Crusher, here it comes. Gengar already lost a friend, man. Okay, so there's a double colorless energy. Let's go ahead and do Versus Seeker. We will get Tierno. And let's go ahead and play that, draw up 3 more cards. Do we get a Gengar EX out of that? We do not. So that looks like that will be game. Yeah, that is game, definitely. Let's go ahead and do a Dark Corridor for 60 with the Resistance. Only does 20 plus the Special Energy card on it because it is a Steel type. That is game. They're going to do the Knockout on Gengar EX. And looks like 1 win and 2 losses now. Steel Energy onto Bronzong, Iron Crusher. And there's the loss. Alright, consolation prize. They make it sound so cheerful for losing. Here's a coin! Alright. Let's see, we have time for one more. Yeah. And as always, at the very end, we're going to open up some booster packs. I do have 6 Pokemon Generations boosters to open. One of those codes came from the Jirachi unboxing that went up on Tuesday. So check it out if you haven't yet. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the Reasons I'm Broke logo at the top right-hand corner of the screen. And that'll get you future unboxings. I'm going to do one for every single one of the Generations Pokemon that are coming out. The next one is Darkrai. But check out the Jirachi and check out the pools we got. I did submit that code, so again, more booster packs to open today. So waiting on them to load up. Did not get a chance to see who we were going up against. They are calling the coin flip. They are Lord_Virus. So we did end up winning, so we will go first. Alright, 7 cards. There's a Gengar EX. We've got a Charon on hand, Professor's Letter, couple of energies, and a Dimension Valley. Not bad at all. So there's a Doduo. Let's go ahead and get some energies on our hand. Thin down our deck a little bit. There they are. And let's attach the Pokemon League energy onto Gengar EX. That'll help it out. We've got Charon. Let's go ahead and draw up 3 more. We've got another Gengar, so it's got a little friend there. And we will end our turn. Save that Dimension Valley next time so that they don't anticipate the Dark Corridor coming up. And if they don't get a Pokemon on their bench, that will be game, but I don't think that's going to be the case. They're going to draw up 3. They've got, I'm sure, plenty of supporters they can still play. Double colorless energy onto the Doduo. No, it looks like that will be game for us. We're going to win this one. So it looks like we'll be doing another match right after this. So let's go ahead and feed the Gengar EX. Dimension Valley. And we will, according to this Gengar, poke it in the eye, run off, and send it on over to Full Art, Hump in the Air Gengar. There's the knockout. And Kierno from the prizes. There's a victory. And we've got 1 coin and a mystery prize. And that is another tournament ticket. Completed that. Portion of the Versus rewards also. 50 coins. So that brings us up to 27.19. I'm still saving them up for something really cool to show up on the store. Maybe some sleeves, maybe another deck box. I'll check it out soon. Probably our last opponent today is Enzo1, who uses Grass, Psychic, and Electric types. They've got the Dragon deck box right up there, regular sleeves, and waiting on them again. If you haven't checked out our podcast, check it out. It's you can head on over to thereasonsimbroke.com. That will give you a link to the podcast. My wife and I cover comics, movies, TV, video games, and more. Of course, some of that stuff is Pokemon. And that releases every Sunday at noon. However, if you are a Patreon backer, that always goes out early to you. Could be a few hours early, could be a few days early. It depends on how long the episode is, when we record it, and how long it takes to edit. But definitely check it out. And that is also right here on YouTube if you prefer a video version, but it's just a still image. So you could always have it on the go by downloading Stitcher. If you have an iDevice through iTunes, we are up on iTunes. All right, so let's go ahead and feed our Gengar EX with a special energy. No draw support. We've got a Lysander. We'll save the Dimension Valley, and it's their turn. Looks like they've got an Unknown on the bench. They can discard that and draw up another card. The Punkaboo with that Night March. So it looks like this will be a Night March deck. Bridget, they're going to search for 1 EX or 3 basics. It looks like they're going for the 3 basics. 3 unknowns, so they're going to discard all 4 and draw up 4 cards. There's the first farewell letter. There's another one. And while they're doing that, we did review Batman v Superman 2 weeks ago, and that will be on the podcast as well. That should be episode 185, I believe. It'll be titled Batman v Superman. There's another Punkaboo. Really excited that this is now available on Android. I don't know if Brokeheads have downloaded it already, but it is available through Pokemon.com as a beta, Pokemon TCG Online. I haven't downloaded it yet. I am waiting till it goes into a full open play before I download it. Let's go ahead and feed Gengar EX, and we'll knock out the Punkaboo with Dark Corridor. But yeah, it's really dangerous that it's going to be on the go, because I can be playing this on my break. I'll be playing this when I'm out and about. Really interesting to see what the format's going to be, because this is already, there's a lot going on here, so I don't know on a little screen how that's going to work. They're going to do a double colorless energy on Punkaboo. Professor Sycamore, they're going to discard and draw 7. All they need is a Dimension Valley to be able to use Night March. There's a Battle Compressor, so even more. So yeah, that's all they need. And they could pull it off, actually. That could be a knockout, because this Gengar EX only has 170. Night March will do tons of damage. 20 damage times the number of Pokemon in your discard pile that have the Night March attack. And they've already discarded 3, plus earlier I think they used the Battle Compressor as well. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 80 damage. Let's see if they've got some more. They did Acrobike and they ended up conceding the match. Looks like they couldn't get the Vesper Queen up and running fast enough. So there we go, another coin and a mystery prize. And what do we get out of that one? Looks like another tournament ticket brings us up to 12. All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and open up some booster packs. Broquettes, we go into our collection. Generations, I've got Breakpoint, I've got Breakthrough. There's our packs. So we're going to go ahead and do... Let's do 3 generations. So let's open up half of them. Oh, nice. Waiting for that Psychic one. We've got Maintenance, Flabebe, Pikachu. Nuzzle, flip a coin if heads your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Quick attack. Flip a coin if heads this attack does 10 more damage. Revitalizer, haven't seen that one. Put 2 grass Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand. That's not bad. Oh, man. Sylveon EX. Dress Up does 30 base. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached to it, this attack does 30 more damage. Precious Ribbon does 100 base. Move a Fairy Energy from this Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemon. If you do, heal 50 from that Pokemon. Gorgeous card. Absolutely beautiful. That'd be awesome to have in person. And we've got a Parasect, Reverse Hollow, and a Snorlax. All right, 2 more. Come on, Psychic, Psychic, Psychic Energy. There's a Grass. We've got an Evo Soda, Slurpuff. There's a Reverse Hollow Raichu with the Circle Circuit attack. This attack does 20 damage times the number of your benched Pokemon. With the Skyfield, it can do a lot of damage really quick. And we've got a Hitmonchan. Definitely the one I went for in the original Red and Blue. Didn't go for Hitmonlee, went for Hitmonchan. And do not regret it. I still go for Hitmonchan. Alright, 1 more. There's a Fairy Energy. We've got a Charmander. He was being a dick to that kid. Stole his glasses. That's the only thing he has. Can't see without those things. As a man with glasses, I do not like this card. And another reason why I don't like the Charmander line anyway. So here we go. Full Art Pikachu. Check that out. Nuzzle, again, flip a coin if heads your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Quick attack, same exact ones, but it's a full art, and it is awesome, awesome, awesome. One of the best looking Pikachu cards. We've got a Tauros. And finally, another Hitmonchan. That Pikachu, so beautiful. That's 4 of them. 4 Pikachus just all in one card, because you can't have enough Pikachus in the marketing, in the Pokemon cards, in the video games. They got to put him everywhere, because he is the most popular one. All right, let's do 1 pack from Breakpoint. All right, what do we got? What do we got? There's still no Psychic. Well, it's possible. Could be one of these. We've got a Clefable in that one. Oh, I'm thinking of Generation still. I got too excited. And we've got a Garchomp. This one actually goes for quite a bit because of the Bite Off attack. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, this attack does 80 more damage, 160 right off the bat. And then the Turbo Assault for 1 energy does 60. Put a Muscle Band on that. You're already doing 80 with a single energy. You attach an energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Both the attacks are awesome. They're not expensive, has 0 retreat cost on top of that. And the artwork by Tokiya is great. Remember a few videos back when we had that Gyarados, I think it was from this very same set, also from Tokiya, has the best artwork, in my opinion, on the regular cards. And the Garchomp, when we pulled it at the shop, I was very tempted to get it, but we did end up selling it because it's very playable and it looks great on top of that. So any fighting decks out there, I would throw this in there, even if it is a Stage 2. Let's see how it works out. Use Rare Candy. So that will do it, Broquettes, for our Let's Play on today. Thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the Reasons I'm Broke logo at the top right-hand corner of the screen for future unboxings, future Let's Plays, and for the podcast. Thank you once again, and we'll see you next time.